May please occupy the hot seat. And I think the secretary has already administered the oath. You will be testifying under the same oath. All right. Are there any members of the commission who wishes to ask question? Or else we will already recommend his confirmation. All right.
I,
Senator Osmeña.
Senator Lacson would like to ask a question first. Ayaw mo? Yes. Good afternoon, Ambassador Lee.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
You've been doing a lot of reading.
Yes.
Good. At our last hearing, I had asked you in advance to familiarize yourself with the Spratlys
I've been
South
trying.
China Sea, West Philippine Sea issue.
I try, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Um, would you like to tell us, brief the committee uh, on the issues facing the Philippines vis-a-vis China, the importance of the West Philippine Sea, why it is important to us, what are the interests of other countries aside from China and the Philippines, and what type of resolution does the Philippines expect in order to arrive at a peaceful accord on the West Philippine Sea?
Your Honor, regarding that uh, China and Philippines for the West Philippines of China Sea, the only most cover to this problem is the UNCLOS. UNCLOS is also called Constitution of the Sea. UNCLOS is United Nations Convention of Laws of the Sea. It is the signatory of 168 countries out of 180 countries. And so happen all the claimants of the SPALTI especially are signatory of this constitution. And generally speaking,
Are you through? All right. Is China a signatory? Has it
yes,
ratified the UNCLOS?
all these
Did it make
signatories so happen, all the claimants are the signatory of this constitution, including China,
China made
Vietnam.
exceptions when it signed the UNCLOS. What were those exceptions?
I finished this country who signed
No,
China,
but they
Vietnam.
made exceptions. So when they say we ratify, but we do not agree to the following, what were those exceptions?
Responsibility. Is- There is a wording is a, approximity. Yes, where nearby. They don't agree with that.
No, they specifically pinpointed an article which they said they were taking exception to. So when they ratified their accession to the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, better known as UNCLOS, they said yes, but
Yes, that's the
what
word. That's the
what
word.
were those
That's
articles?
not included in the
What
imputation.
were those articles?
Article rule of the rule of the law of the sea. concerning the water.
Mr. Ambassador, you're guessing. This is the UNCLOS.
If I may
This
start,
this is the full UNCLOS,
yes, I
the
know.
United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. As a result of the UNCLOS 3, they met, the nations of the world met 3 times before they finalized the
Uh,
convention.
it's
China acceded to the convention much later, past 1994. But they did have an exception. They said, we agree, but as to article number so and so, we do not agree. Section 1A, 1B, 1C. I'm asking you, are you familiar with those
I'm
sections?
familiar, but
Tell me the article that they would not agree to.
I have to start from the beginning.
All right. Well, maybe you better do your homework again,
I
because
mean,
that
I
was the
have to
only
start from the
section
beginning of the,
that was the only section that China would not agree to.
because they have their own interpretation.
No, no, I don't care what what the
They,
reason was. They said that we will sign, but we take exception to article number so and so, section. I'll tell you already, there are 3 subsections that they disagreed with. Subsection 1, subsection 2, subsection 3 of that particular article. Now I want to know what is that, because that was the only thing that China.
they signed the UNCLOS, and it was after it's already ratified. And then they find out there's such word is not supposed to be applied for.
Joker, can you explain to him what I'm saying? Mr. Ambassador, why don't you just say you don't know?
That's the
It will make life simpler for
proximity
everybody.
is not acceptable to them because it's an interpretation of nearby island.
You know, the exception was very specific. They named the article, they named the subsection, and I want to know if you know that. Obviously, you don't know that. All right.
I take note to that.
Now, anyway, let's go to what is the solution that was being proposed by the country in solving the Spratley's dispute. In this particular case with China, although there are 5 other countries that stake a claim overlapping with the 9-dash line of China. What particular solution has the Philippine government been espousing?
We latest initiate a zone of peace, freedom, friendship and cooperation. That is our latest proposal.
Not just the code of conduct.
Although it was not agreed to all countries, it is still ongoing. If I may use that as the latest development.
What was the last meeting
The
on this
last meeting
particular
in
issue between the foreign ministers of, let's say, ASEAN?
ASEAN, ASEAN Pacific.
When was the last meeting held? When was this last discussed among the foreign ministers of ASEAN?
Sometime December.
December. Where was it held?
Vietnam.